Alrighty, traders, hello everybody. So in today's video, I want to share with you why I believe the mining stocks over the rest of this decade could be one of the greatest gold mines of our sort of as of late anyway. And I want to talk to you about the correlation between this and gold. And I'm seeing a lot of big mistakes, and I want to share something with you. So let's go straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders. So let's actually talk about this here. So I want to firstly start off with the whole thing about gold itself is not gold mining stocks, right? And it's so, I'm seeing a lot of people still to this day, they're trying to put the correlation of gold and the gold mining stocks, okay? I want you to think about this. Let's actually look at the facts. Don't listen to me. Let's look at the facts. Because if gold and the gold mining stocks did go together, right, and they were correlated, the chart would represent that, wouldn't it? It'd be like, yeah, it would, right? So if I look at the GDXJ, and let's actually bring up the GDXJ, I'm going to squeeze my charts up all the way as much as I can as possible on this chart here. And ever since 2019, we had a big boom in the GDX, the main gold mining stock. And then we had a big crash to almost the exact same lows of 2019. And now we rallied back up. And we haven't even actually made a new high yet, nowhere near the highs of 2020. Now let's go look at gold. Does gold look completely different to the gold mining stocks? 100% yes. So stop doing yourselves a dissatisfaction and trying to be smart and saying, oh, well, the gold's going up and not the gold mining stocks. I'm like, where did you get that thought that they're correlated? And in fact, instead of just thinking that, oh, well, they're obviously gold and gold mining stocks. Yeah, sure, they go together, right? No, like, where did you get that from? And then step back and let's actually validate that thought. And then we can look at the gold mining, the gold mining chart, the gold chart itself. It looks completely different to what the gold mining stocks is doing. So I really want you, this is a big mistake that I'm seeing a lot of people do, right? And if you did get into gold mining stocks because gold's going up, what sort of plan is that? And what sort of evidence and foundation do you have that says when gold goes up, the gold mining stocks go up? Because when I look at the last since 2020 or even 2019, this here is the 2020 high in gold. Look where gold is right now. Gold right now is what? We're talking about almost 30% above its high since the 2020 high. GDX, it's actually about 10% away from its high. So I really want to put this out there to stop you. If you are going down this path, just look at the facts, right? Look at the facts and then say like, okay, where did that thought come from? Is it from a YouTuber? Again, back it up by factual evidence. And if they are correlated, yeah, they may have some discorrelation every now and then. But if they are correlated, they look sort of similar, wouldn't they? No, they don't. So don't do that. Don't do that. And especially if you're saying, well, gold's going up, so I'm going to go buy some gold mining stocks. That is you are getting now based off a whole complete schmozzle of it not being the right thing, okay? Now, that's the first thing I do say. That's what I'll start off with today's video. Now, I want to get into the actual gold mining sector itself, right? Because I do believe that if I look at, say, investing purposes. Now, by the way, guys, yes, we are going through a bit of an upswing right now in gold and the gold mining stocks, right? And we're probably going to do that for a little bit longer, okay? But when we go through the recession, we are going to get a big drop, okay? That's on the caveat of all what I just said. We are going to get a big drop. This is for the overall big picture. I honestly do believe that when we look at things like the GDX, right? The GDX, and if I look at, say, the GDX from a weekly chart perspective, right? The GDX is down where we are right now, okay? As you can see, right? We're nowhere near its actual highs of the markets. Again, case in point, gold is screaming 30% above its all-time new highs. and GDX is nowhere near its all-time new heights. All right, so I think I'm killing that horse. All right, so stop it. Don't stop it. Now, the mining stock sector right now, one of the reasons why I believe the mining stock sector is going to make a really, really, really big move after this recession comes, right? I believe we're probably likely to get a bit more upside coming out of the mining sector. That's obviously not all stocks, but obviously the mining sector. One thing I do see is that if you actually just try to keep it really simple, right? So you guys are trying to be smart. Well, if gold's going up, then that means the gold mining stocks are going up. Therefore, I'm going to go buy, Barrick Gold or Newcrest Mining or, or First Majestic. And you're like, why is First Majestic going down? But, gold is going up. That makes no sense. Where did you get that correlation from? Yeah, okay, cool. All right. Bit of a tip for you guys. Successful trading is not about being correlated. Successful trading is just about saying, okay, well, this is the pattern I trade and I'm going to trade that pattern. Okay. But on the big picture things, I want you to think about this from a common sense point of view. Okay. Let's bring some common sense into why I believe the gold mining stocks, in particular the GDXJ, is one of the greatest gold mines we've seen. And probably for the next 5 to 10 years, we could see some really good movement to the upside. And a caveat with what I just said there, right? We're probably going to have a really big drop when the recession does start to come, whether it's now, whether it's next year. Whenever that comes, we're going to get a big drop, okay? That's in the next 12 months. But by, say, 2030, 2035, somewhere around about there, guess what's coming in? Guess what I believe is coming? An absolute super cycle. Now, why do I say that? Well, let's just look at common sense point of view on simple long-term cycle analysis, right? Let me ask you a question. In our lifetimes, right, before we end up croaking it, right, what is the chances of us going through another mining boom? 0, John. We're never going to go through another mining boom ever again. Right. It's pretty much 100%, right? Whereas 100%, pretty much 100% probability we're going to go through another mining boom. Why? Because it's just the way history works, right? We go through mining booms, we go through mining bust, and it's quiet for a while, and then we're probably likely to go through another mining boom, right? That's what ends up happening. When was the last mining boom? Last mining boom was when? Back here, wasn't it? It was back here. Back in the 09, 010, especially into the 11 period. 2011, 2010, 11, right? That was the last mining boom we saw through there, right? We go back to the GDX, right? And we can see the last mining boom was what? Through here, wasn't it? All through there. So if I look at the actual mining sector itself, from an actual really common sense point of view, that if it was 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago that we had our last mining boom, and we haven't had one for 10 years, and the mining sector, especially the junior mining stocks, is still at ultra low levels of all time, then what's probably going to come for the next 10 years? Now, again, we don't know when that's going to be, right? And this is just the overall big picture thing. We don't know when that's going to be. We could end up what? We could end up doing something like this, and then we end up doing something like that, right? Or we could do something like this, straight up to there, right? But if we overlay some really common sense point of view around this whole thing, right? And this is where, like, if I'm looking to buy and hold for 10 years and trying to capitalize on the next big thing, guess what? I want to start to do what? 1, I want to buy things at ultra low levels. 2, I want to see that it hasn't done much for a long time because everyone's bored and no one wants to get involved with that. That's the time you should be looking at it. And 3, I just want some simple cycle analysis to say that, I don't know when the time's going to be, but as long as I'm part of it when it happens, aka if I'm in the mining sector, right? And we see that in 12 months time frame, if we're starting to see, or 2 years time frame, we're starting to see we're in the thick of the big bull market, right? And people like to say, oh, 2 years the bull market's going to happen. It's like, and then people just like, oh, I'm going to come back in 2 years then. No, a bull market happening means we're doing this. This is what the bull market, when I say bull market happening, is that when you start to realize the bull market's happening, it's there, right? And again, this is over the course of, again, this is 2026 down here, right? So I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying on the course, case in point, right? So this is what I believe is that why I believe the gold mining sector, especially the gold junior mining stocks, is one of the greatest opportunities we've seen in the last 10 years because everything is sky high right now, right? Again, the thing about being good at long-term investing in these markets is what? Finding something that no one wants to be talking, no one wants to get involved with. Find something that no one actually is even talking, most people are not talking about, and then find something that has some really good simple cycle analysis like the mining sector. Like, yes, we're going to go through another mining boom. Probably in the next 10 years, we're going to be experiencing another good mining boom. And when that happens, guess what's going to happen to the gold? Guess what's going to happen to the gold mining stocks, in particular things like GDX and GDXJ.